This video is sponsored by Wing Technology, your ultimate flight sim hardware solution.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. Today's valued viewer request is from Anarchy. Hi Cap, another valued viewer request. Was talking to a Buccaneer pilot and he said that because of how the gear was designed, they would pull up the gear lever before having taken off, meaning that as soon as the weight was off the wheels enough, they would retract, and this meant that they could get off the ground ASAP from short runways, decreasing drag immediately once they're airborne. Could you take a look and see which planes this is possible with DCS? Okay, so that's a Buccaneer, which is beautiful. And as soon as it left the runway, the wheels started going up. So he's pulled the lever up before it's actually left the ground. And it's presumably has some kind of detection, weight on wheels detection, that says don't actually go up until the weight on wheels sensor is triggered, right? That's the best.
Right.
The only other way of thinking of it is that it's trying to go up, but it can't go up because it's currently got, too much friction, too much weight. However, I don't believe
there's got to be a sensor for
agree
it.
that. Now, the reason I would believe that is because the front nose gear is in the air, and that doesn't start retracting until the rears start retracting. So there's got to be a sensor, which makes complete sense because it means that when you're airborne, I mean, and it sounds stupid, but when you're airborne, in that critical phase of just having left the ground and getting positive climb, the last thing you want to be doing is fiddling with your switches and your flaps and your gear, right? It's a precious time, dangerous time. So he's in that case asking us which aircraft have the weight on wheels restriction where you can press the G key basically when you're halfway down the runway and it waits until the weight on wheels sensor is triggered, i.e. the aircraft is airborne, and then it moves up, right? I mean, I certainly know the Vigan does, but I've never been stupid enough to try any of the other aircraft. So I don't know. What are your predictions?
I think some of them can do it for sure.
This is probably going to get a very messy video by the sounds of that, but stand by. Welcome into DCS. We've got pretty much all of the modules here, as you can see. We can test which we can do the stunt or the action that the Buccaneer showed that the valued viewer wants testing. We've gone ahead and tested a little bit, and we've got 5 different possibilities an aircraft can perform. It's a little more complex than we thought. One option, the handle will move, it will stay up, and the gear will collapse immediately, and the aircraft will just jump onto its belly. 2, the handle moves, it stays up, but the gear will not come up until the weight off wheels switch is triggered, like the Buccaneer showed. 3, if you try and pull the handle up when it's on the ground, it will just not move and need to be cycled after it's taken off. Well, if that happens, there are 3 subcategories. If that happens, then we will introduce the gear downlock override, which most or all of these planes should have. I can't see why they wouldn't. And once we've introduced the override, the downlock override, we can have 3 possibilities. Either still the handle won't go up and the handle needs to be recycled after takeoff, or the gear will collapse immediately on the ground, or like the Buccaneer, with the downlock override, the gear will come up after takeoff only. It's a really interesting thing, the way the different module developers have programmed it. We'll get the data, and then we'll see how realistic it is. We think RC starting the C101 cap. We'll start in the... I'm going to start in the Vigan because I know it's a known quantity. I don't actually know where the gear handle is in this, but I know pressing the G key will work properly, and I know what will happen anyway, so I'm not going to worry too much.
Should hit 80 knots about 2 miles down the runway.
Yep, a bit like that, isn't it? I probably should have gone the other way.
Okay, here we go.
So 80 knots is...
80 knots.
Okay. Aha! Butterfingers! How embarrassing for you. Now that's interesting, so it doesn't have a weight. We'll go over that in a second. Let me do mine. Gear up, and you can see it will wait patiently. And now it will go up for mine. Zap, 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 zap. Right, that's the first 2 done, RC. Let me get my list updated.
I did downlock override.
Are you saying that the handle wouldn't move at all until you took off unless you had downlock override, yeah? And if you do that, the gear collapses. So that is the C101. Right, you get onto the A10. I will get into whatever's next on the list. Stand by. Let's get that big V12 going. Vroom, vroom. God, this thing's dangerous. In every way. Mainly to the driver.
Okay, here we go. Hope I have enough room here.
Ah. How embarrassing for us all involved. Everyone's embarrassed about this incident. Right.
Shit.
My gear just came up.
And
whoa, nice. Instantaneous.
So that one has a downlock override.
All right.
So downlock override, gear up, at 80 knots, and the gear will come up when you pull up.
So you've got a 3C there. How interesting. A10C. I've got an F15. You've got an F5. Send. And I won't have a downlock override either because it's a low fidelity model. So probably this is going to be the first one that just doesn't work, I'm guessing.
Oh.
Oh, you ain't catching me up. Don't worry about it. Gear up.
Oh, you're away anyway. So
And the knob did not cycle. Or did it? Yeah, it went up after I'd taken off.
okay.
Genuinely surprised there. So it's got proper intelligence in the F15. F5's going. Look at that baby slide.
Ryan, pull it up. Come on.
Oh, well, that's not going to win well, is it, valued viewers?
No.
I would eject if I were you. I'll season it into the end. The bitter end.
I hit eject, but it didn't do it.
The sad demise of RC. My F15 was full intelligence, like the Vegan. It was. Handle will move, but it will physically not go up, and it will go up automatically when the weight of wheel sensor is triggered, which is very clever. What was yours? Yours is gear collapse with override, right?
Downlock override, yeah.
Wonderful. Phase 6. Send. Oh, hello. Hello. Nice to meet you, sir. That is an error in programming.
Alright. Let me get out of here.
We need to get that reporting. It's causing us a lot of grief, mate.
Yeah, what is that? We weren't actually on top of each other.
It's a real. They're, here's the interesting thing. They're not. They've got separate spawns. They shouldn't be anywhere near each other. There's a real problem there. We need to sort it out.
Yeah.
Right, I'm coming in and I'm going to get out of your way. Let's go. Let's get rudder authority. Waiting for 80 knots. Can't find the knotometer. There it is. Okay, punching the button. It stayed up. It stayed up. And again, I think it's going to work. Fully intelligent 1950s aircraft. Look at that, RC.
There you go.
That's good module design.
Okay, here we go. Dr. Wolf.
Right. Pretty sure I know which way yours is going. Zap! Zap, 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 zap. Now, here's the thing. How many pilots... So, if Gen 2 planes, or 3rd Gen, whatever you call the F-86, they were implemented, how many pilots, you know, had to put their gear up by accident on the ground to make that, you know, be implemented? Probably lots. Probably lots of World War II planes were lost, I imagine, due to people doing that. We're not going to do the I-16 because if you knew the I-16, this is not a relevant video for it. You do your thing, I'll do my Mirage.
Right.
I cannot raise my gear handle at all. So, if that's the case, do I have a downlock override? Ah, it's not modelled. The button isn't modelled.
Oh, I'm okay. Taking off.
I'm very proud of you, RC. Oh, look at that! Intelligent design. Well done. So that was a full Vegan, yeah?
Yeah, there's no downlock override. There's just pull the gear handle up.
I'm going to give you the Mirage because I can't find a working downlock override on it. I'm making that a you problem.
Look.
We're going to try Miggington. We find a minor problem with the Miggington.
What's that?
We'll literally just... You pull that lever up, you're going down. Will it raise? But the beautiful thing is, Russia... Oh, I was about to say it's so strong that it can raise itself, but it can't, sadly. Right. That was an anticlimax.
It looks like the Vegan. I mean, it's like the Mirage is... There's no way to... do it. Let's see if there's actually...
You won't believe it, RC, but the MiG is rising itself. It's righting itself.
Oh, is it?
I don't know if you can see that with desync, but it's slowly, very slowly, pushing itself up on its little paws. Forward ship! Oh, and it's got halfway. Now, I wonder if I can drive like that. This video is rapidly turning into something else, isn't it? But that's science, RC. That's science. You've got to go from discovery to discovery. Yep.
Yeah, Vegan or the Mirage won't do it.
Mirage won't do it. So it literally just, even with they haven't modelled downlock override by the looks of it.
Right.
That's a Raspberry problem, not a cat problem.
So we're gonna have to skip that one. Oh, really? It's just that you can't raise the gear handle on the ground.
Roger. I will go and add that in a second. Yes, my gear right and not taken off. So the goddamn MiG can lose its gear. What a champion! This module is so frigging good. It can raise its gear, and go on its belly, then take off while its gear are raising. So it doesn't even matter. You can take off hybrid, belly landing, belly takeoff. Oh god, it's so good. Always impressed by that. And
Alright.
look at the gun. Oh, that's unexpected. Apparently that happens. The MiG-15 can do that, but it's getting a plus because it can raise itself again.
Boy. Oh boy.
That's a you problem, RC.
Oh. No.
MiG-21 does not have sensor. Wow, you're the fastest sled in the world, RC. I'm so proud. Hit the HQ. Zap, 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 zap. There's a lot of carcasses already at that building, which worries me a bit. In fact, I can tell there is a, quote, F5 from earlier testing, or maybe an 18, and a MiG-21. How sexy. It would be interesting to see if the MiG-21 could self-rise like the MiG-15. We'll try that afterwards, maybe. Right, SU-25. It's Russian, so it's strong but stupid. Strong but stupid, honestly. Come on. Oh, it's FC3, so it probably won't work very well anyway. So there's no gear down like override. Wow, enough cockpit shaking here. Jesus Christ. Makes the Tomcat look non-shaky. Right, gears going up now. The handle goes up and stays up, and it slides! I knew it! It's so Russian! It's so freaking Russian, RC. God, it's powerful. The non-humpback's so powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't going to end well. Oh, it's taken off! It's taken off! How did it do that?
Did it take off?
It took off with no gear. And just like, yeah, I'm just taking off anyway. I'm an SU-25, so don't... Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, but it flies. You know, it takes off a lot better than it flies. Stand by. I'm airborne, and I'm gunning. And everything's well. These Russian planes, I swear, are built from something that the West lost about 70 years ago. No, 50 years. No, 30 years ago. That's so cool. Punching out. Right. What was that plane? SU-25. What was the one you were in? And what did it do?
It fire collapses.
Spit. God damn it. I jumped out and it's still going on a friggin' bomber mission.
You're missing a Jeff in here, by the way. Oh no, there it is. It's way down there.
SU-25 just crashed, but then it's about to take off again because it's so strong. Right, off we go. Oh, my track IR's just frozen up, so that's brilliant. We won't get annoyed with that at all. No, it's just my track IR doesn't work in this vehicle for some reason. That's fine. Again, we won't get annoyed. Alright, SU-27, yo. Sexy, sexy, sexy.
Fuel 15 left engine.
What the hell? Whoa. No need. No need.
I'm alright. Yeah, you're in bad shape. Alright, here we go.
Minor fire.
You're up.
Right, go on.
Oh.
Oh! I saw that happen. Oh, he's managed to get up with it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so that just collapses. Good. Right, Supercap trying. SU-27.
Still going. Still going. How
If you hit me, I'm going to be awfully annoyed. If you hit me, I'm going to be awfully annoyed, RC. You got lucky.
That was close.
Gear up. Yeah, you're right, RC. It's still... Franco take off with no front gear.
Did it take on?
I don't know yet. Afterburners on, yeah, it's going to take off. Why are these Russian planes so infinitely cooler than anything that the rest of them made? So cool, man. Right, we need to go back and review. Man, I love Russian doctrine. I wish I was born Russian. Right, how do we get going here? Why doesn't it go forwards? Oh god, as soon as I get in a Harrier, I get in a cold sweat. A million things could stop this thing working. Let's start pressing buttons, I suppose. Got it! Super gap. Wow! That was an interesting sight. It's Russian, so it will take off and go and do its bombing mission and then land perfectly with its gear down. No?
It will not take off.
That's a you problem, because you know what's about to happen? Gear down on the Harrier! And what happens? Oh, no, it didn't work at all on the Harrier. An absolute disappointment.
Oh, it didn't even...
Oh, can you go and check the Harrier with the gear down lock override? I don't think I've got image to go and test it. Okay, that doesn't work, so... I need to do down lock override, which I can't find. There it is.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta see it, yeah. Wow, that's an annoying place to put it, right? Didn't need to get far to figure that one out, RC. We've got a real F16. Maintainer says that it does not do that in real life. It does have a weight off-wheel sensor, so that needs reporting! 2 things we found to report today. Right, F14. Press the button.
F or A Harrier works well.
That doesn't mean anything, RC.
So downlock override, gear handle up. Gear stay down until you take off, and then they come up when you off the ground.
Alright, we'll go for it in a minute. Okay, this handle will not go up. I'm definitely pressing it the right way and it's not going up. So let's try moving in it. We'll come back to the Harrier in a minute.
What are you in, the 14?
Yep. And no, I can't remember how to do nose for steering.
There is a downlock override for that. Next to it, to the left of the gear handle. So the Harrier has a downlock override. You hit the downlock override, gear handle up at 80 knots, and when you take off, the gear will come up.
Wow, so it's fully properly modelled. How about that?
Yep.
Download gear. So it's along with the A10C. Okay, so gear handle up. No action. Downlock override.
Fuel low.
There's a landing gear override button. That's not going to go well.
Can't get to the downlock override. Got it. Ooh, pocket chip. Oh no. Oh, this is going to get me some nasty comments. Well, that's new. Let's try taking off, I suppose.
Okay, here we go. Jeff. I'm going to do the Jeff again because it does have a downlock override. But I don't think it's going to go well.
I like to drag my butt.
Well,
Is RC, can I help you at all?
so the Jeff will start to collapse, but you get enough speed that you can get off the ground.
Watch out. So I've figured out how to get a drifting car. This thing drifts like a mother. I am a Silate Tokyo Drifter. Ooh. Oh, Caps just discovered the best Easter egg in DCS world ever. A drifter. Ooh.
Nice.
Wow, frigging awesome. Uh-oh. Yeah, baby. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Watch
Wow.
the building. Okay, the F14 downlock override and gear handle up. The gear stayed down, which is good.
So-
collapse.
So take off now with that. Okay. That's it. That's all the planes. Just the F14. You need to try taking off because it might still put its
Yeah, I
gear
know.
up.
I had to
mightn't it?
reset it. Something was weird. Something's not right with it. Okay, gear handle up. And
No.
no gear.
No gear.
Okay, let's see if I reset the gear handle. Just kind of curious.
No.
No? Okay.
Buggered it.
And I can't set the downlock override back again, so...
Right. Well, that's not my problem. So that is in the unfortunate same place as the Mirage. So we've got some what we call good data in the science
Actually,
field.
there's one more to try here. Hang on.
I beg your pardon, RC.
There's one more to try.
Go on in.
Oh.
Press that G button. Yay!
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
So gear handle up, the gear stay down until you take off, and then
Wow.
the gear comes right up.
ED modules are frigging awesome. I'm not even getting paid to say that. Right, well
You
done.
weren't even going to try it, but yeah, it
I
works,
wasn't.
works
Alright,
well.
alright. Okay, let's try again. The aircraft where you pull the handle up, just pull it up, and the gear just collapse. Oh, BF-109, Focke-Wulf 190. Basically, all the warbirds were pretty short. The MiG-15, but the MiG-15s will slowly allow it to rise again because it's made of stylium, and then take off and then fly a bombing mission itself, even if you inject. MiG-21, they will just go down. I think we all expected that. Agricultural design. SU-25, I'm pretty sure we expected that, but they will just come off and it will take up anyway and go and fly a mission even though you're not in the cockpit. Spitfire, obviously. SU-25, just the front goes down, the rears don't go down. Up, sorry, you know what I'm trying to say. Even if you take off. The SU-27, the front nose gear will retract and the rears won't. And technically that's a crashed plane. I know you can take it off in DCS, but in real life that's a broken plane. Yak will just go up. So basically anything Russian will it will just collapse. But you'll probably be okay because Russian doesn't.
Unless it's the L-39.
It's not Russian, it's Czechoslovakian, Nazi. It's Czechoslovakian.
Is it?
I know technically that was in the curtain, but... then, second option, the handle moves, but the gear only come up after takeoff. So the cool way, the proper way, the Buccaneer way, the British way. The Vigan, the F-15C, the F-86, the L-39, the KF-50. Very cool. Next, if you push the handle and it doesn't go up, but you use override, and still nothing happens, so basically just what we think is poor module programming, I assume. Again, I assume, I don't really know, but... Yeah, no, that is poor, yes, because you should be... That's the idea of the downlock. It will let those gear come up, isn't it? I mean, we've got to maintain it. You tell me, Simba, will it let the gear come up? We'll come back to that in a minute. Anyway, Mirage 2000, and it's just... There's no override model as far as we can see. Correct us if you think we're wrong. F-14C is modelled, but it just doesn't go up. Yes, I see.
Did you say F-14C?
No. 3B, if the handle moves with the override and the gear just collapse, that's C101, that's F5, that's all the cool planes. F16, F18 partially, the rears go down instead of the thing. The weight of the aircraft on an F16 won't let it come up. Okay. F18 partial, and Jeff will go partial. Was it the rear gear that went up?
On the Jeff, all the gear went up.
And then just took off.
Collapsed. Yeah, but you were fast enough.
Oh, right, so it's not
past
partial.
80 knots to take off.
Roger. And C, with the override, the gear handle goes up, but they don't come off until takeoff, so they're clever. A bit like this one here, but with override, the A10C and the A8B. So you got a real mix of stuff there. Now, it'll be interesting for you guys, the valued viewers, the smart ones, to tell us what you think is actually realistic in that. We know, and the F16 is not realistic. We know that it does have weight off wheel sensor, so that should actually be in there for the F16. You know, assuming it's the same with these two blocks, and I'm going to make the assumption it probably is. That's all I've got. Anything you want to add, Super RC?
No.
Bye.